Hi everyone, my name is Romy and welcome back to Make Something with Romy. Today we are going to talk about something we haven't talked about before. Design. Disclaimer. I am not a designer and I cannot draw to save my life. But understanding some basics of design is really important as you go about building your own projects. And it's not that hard. I have been trying to pick up some design tricks all along the way and I want to share them with all of you today. So are you ready? Let's get into it. You know, as they say, the best way to learn is by studying the best. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. I want to share with you some tools where you can look at a web page and then immediately figure out the fonts they're using, the font sizes, the color palette the page is using. And this way, over time, when you start looking at pages and you start seeing designs you like, you will develop your own aesthetics and your own design palette, which you can use in your own projects. When you start getting into design, there are kind of two big components of design. And one is called UI, which is what you see, a lot of which includes, the colors and the fonts and a lot of which we'll be talking about today. And the other part is UX, what the experience of someone using the product should be like. And both of them go hand in hand. So although, I'll be using the term design, a lot of it just refers today to the UI, which is the fonts and the colors. I know you're dying to get into the tools, but let's talk about design inspiration. Where can you go to find really good design? These are a couple of sites I use. First one is lapa.ninja, and this one has an entire library of resources of the best web pages you can find, divided by category. If you are building, say, a business in fitness and you want to look at similar pages in fitness, or say you're building something in fashion and you want to find some really good examples of design in fashion, it's perfect for that. So the next one is Dribble. Now, Dribble is a place where designers go and upload their work so people can find them and other designers can actually comment. But also understand that a lot of designs on Dribble tend to be very illustration heavy, meaning it's a lot of custom work. So stuff like stock photos and regular icons, which we all use in projects, you won't see in a lot of designs there. But I think it's a great place to sometimes, if you want to look at, what colors go together, I think Dribble is great. And I'm going to link to them in the description box below. Please absolutely check them out. So now we're going to get into the fun part. Let's put our extra glasses on and let's go ahead and study a few examples of some really good pages. Say if you're on a page like this one, and you're curious, what font is this, and you want to use it for your products. Or say you love this pink and you're like, what color is this? And you want to use it in your designs. How can you go and do that? There are essentially two categories of tools. The first is around fonts and the second is around colors. The tool we'll use is a Chrome extension called what font. The other category is understanding what color is on a web page. And for that, I have two extensions. The first one is Color Peak and the second one is Colorzilla. Now let me go into showing you some examples of how I use them. Here we are on Jonathan Hall's website. He's a designer and this is a portfolio page. First is what font here, and this is how we're going to use it. As simple as a click, and then we can drag it anywhere on the page to actually see the font. So this is Open Sans, this is Crimson Pro, and then actually clicking on that can actually tell me all the details about the font. For example, this font is 16 pixels. Then when I click out of it, this heading over here, Crimson Pro, is 115 pixels. Of course, I can also see the color. This is 16 pixels again. And then as I scroll down, you can start to see a pattern that all the headings are Crimson Pro and all the body text is 16 pixels and it's Open Sans. Right, Crimson Pro again, Open Sans. Let's look at this. This is 115 pixels, right? You can start creating your style guide. Okay, so that was what font. Let me quickly go over the color. These are the two extensions I have for color. So one is Color Peak, and if I just click on it, there, I can get an overview of all the colors on the page, right, in one go. Another tool is Colorzilla. So let's go back, and then if I click on this, they have a pick color from the page. So I can actually point here, and if you look here, it gets reflected. I mean, isn't that cool? And then once you click on that, that color is then copied for you to use or your design. Let's do the same for another site. This is just Crete. I am very excited about this site because it's supposed to be the newest video editor on the block. Now, let's first, do the same exercise. Look at the fonts. And here, everything is system UI. Here's the interesting thing. This system UI font actually instructs your browser, in my case Chrome, to use the system font. Based on the system you're using, it may show you a different font. The advantage to using this font is that usually fonts take a while to be downloaded as they are externally linked, while in this case, since it's asking the system to use the local font, it's crazy fast. That's awesome. Then let's look at the colors again. Now, if here the main background color is white, right? And they've done something pretty smart. Like, of course, they have a button color, so which we can check that out. It's this blue here, and then I can get the values there. But if I get out of this, the rest of it is just the font. So if I click on this, I can see the blue used for that font. And so they have just used smart highlights for different variations of the font, which I thought is really cool. All right. The next app I am going to take is Netflix, which we are probably watching a lot of, this pandemic. I may be an exception because I'm a mom, but anyway. So let's again look at Netflix's font. So Netflix is Helvetica, and actually Helvetica is a very standard font. And my intuition is it's probably a reason behind, everything being Helvetica. Helvetica is one of the fonts which is very neutral. It doesn't invoke any reaction, and so I think Netflix very intentionally wanted to keep it neutral. Okay, again, we're looking at different sizes on the screen, and we can start creating our own font guide. I call it a font guide. And let's look at the colors. Now, this is interesting. The back is a background image here, right? And these are all images, which kind of makes sense because Netflix is all about movies, right? This is just the Netflix homepage and just a background image of that at an angle. The only main color, kind of a black background, and the only main color which stands out is this red. If you want to look at this particular shade of red, we are going to go back to the Colorzilla tool, pick the color, and oh wait, that was not the color. Colorzilla tool, pick color from page, and there you go. That's the color, and it's copied onto the clipboard. Another way, let's see what the results show in the color pick tool. There you go. These are all the colors used on the Netflix page. So that was it. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm leaving links to some resources where you can find actual company style guides. We kind of try to create our own in this video by looking at some web pages, and in turn that can help you when you are creating your own products by knowing what things to look out for. If this was useful, please definitely leave a comment below and like this video. Please definitely like and subscribe to this channel. You know how much I love to hear from all of you. This is Romy, and I hope this week you make something beautiful.